Hi there, today on It Is a Keeper, I'm showing you how to make a Snickers poke cake. This rich chocolate cake is loaded with caramel and chopped up Snickers bars, and that's just on the inside. It's also topped with chocolate, caramel, and even more candy bars. This is the cake my son requests every year for his birthday. It's light, tasty, and extremely easy to make. So let's dive in. Okay, so the first step in making this scrumptious Snickers poke cake is a chocolate box cake mix. So I'm just going to add a package of Devil's Food Cake to a bowl. And then just following the instructions on the back of the box, I'm going to add some water, some vegetable oil, and a few eggs. Pretty basic stuff. I'm just going to use a mixer and get this all mixed in together. Nice and slow so it doesn't shoot all over the place. Partway through, just take a minute to scrape down the sides so it all gets mixed in nicely. So I'm just going to get all that. We don't want any dry pockets in there. So just getting the bottom. And then I'm just going to give it another couple quick spins on the mixer. All right. So let me just get those out of here. If you want, you can look back. One more quick stir of the bowl here just to make sure there are no dry pockets of mix. All right, that's good. So our next step is to take this batter and we're going to pour it into a 13x9 baking dish. I'm just going to pour all the batter in there. Every last morsel. And I'm just going to spread it so it's in a nice even layer. We're gonna pop this in the oven for the amount of time that's listed on the back of the cake package. Let it bake and then we'll move on. Okay, so our cake has baked and it's cooled. So now we're just going to poke some holes in it and get that caramel in there. So I just use a regular wooden spoon. I use the end of it, and we're just going to poke even holes all the way across the top of this cake. Ta-da! Okay, so our cake has all the holes we need, and that is going to be the little places where this caramel is going to soak in. So let's add that. I just have some store-bought caramel here that I'm just going to pour all over the top of this cake, and I'm aiming for these holes. I want that caramel to seep down into those holes that we just made, and I want it to all get in there and get nice and gooey. I'm just kind of doing it in a zigzag pattern. Oh, this cake, you guys, it smells so good. It's so chocolatey. Make sure every single hole has plenty of caramel in it. Nobody wants a caramel-less piece of cake. But we're not done yet. Now we're going to add some crushed up, cut up Snickers bars. So I just took regular Snickers bars, cut them into little bite-sized pieces, and they're all sticky from the caramel. And we're just going to sprinkle them on top. And it's perfectly okay if they get down into those holes. You want everybody to get a decent piece of candy bar. Add more, add less, it's entirely up to you. Depends on how much you like Snickers. I think for the past 6 years, I have made this cake for my son's birthday. Okay, I think that looks good. The last thing we need to do to finish this cake is to make the topping. So we're gonna move on to that step. So it starts with just plain old whipped topping. So I'm gonna add an entire container of that to the bowl. to our whipped topping, I'm also going to add some more caramel. We want to carry that caramel flavor all the way through the cake, even in the topping. So I'm just going to pour all of that in. And then just using a spatula, just folding it right in to the whipped topping. I love seeing the swirls of the caramel through the white whipped topping. Oh, it looks so good. Okay, so that's done. Now we just need to put it on the top of our cake and get ready to dive into this bad boy. I can't wait. So we're just going to put a nice even layer on there. I love cakes that are rustic like this and they're not fussy in any way. Just get a nice even coating on there. It's okay if those Snickers bars poke through the top. Are you drooling yet? Like, I'm kind of drooling over here. Okay, so here's why it doesn't matter if those Snickers poke through the top. We are going to add more Snickers because it is a Snickers poke cake, so we need lots of Snickers. So I'm just breaking it up here and just sprinkling it on top. It adds great texture to the recipe. So when you bite in, you get little gooey bites of candy bar and the chocolate cake and the caramel that's soaked into all those holes that we poked in there. You guys, this cake is awesome. This would also be good with a Milky Way. So if you're not a Snickers fan or you can't eat the peanuts, you could easily make the same thing with a Milky Way. It has a lot of the same flavors, just minus the peanuts. I will keep going with these Snickers bars until it's over. I need to stop. Just a couple more. A little more. That's it, I promise. That's it. No more Snickers. So let's cut into this and see what we have. So I've got a nice piece. First piece of cake out of the pan is always the trickiest. Oh, look at that. Oh, yum. It's a ginormous piece. I don't think I'll have a hard time with it though. Okay, so now you can take this as far as you want, but I'm gonna add a little more chocolate and caramel because I can. So I'm just gonna put a drizzle of chocolate syrup and another drizzle of caramel. This cake is where it's at. I've got a couple droolers here in the kitchen, but we're gonna take a taste. Look at that. That's a big taste. Pardon me. The cake is so soft and tender, and then you have the chewy, crunchy Snickers bars in there, and the soft topping. I don't even have words. This is good. Go make it. Trust me. You want this cake. Thanks for watching. You can get the full instructions in the video description below. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe so you don't miss a single thing. And check out the rest of my videos where you can find more of my favorite easy recipes and quick tips. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.